Hello everyone. Now welcome to another video. Okay, so now we have again this quadratic equation, that is what problem leading to quadratic equations. Okay, a strand of wire of length 32 centimeter is cut into two pieces. Okay, one piece is bent to form a rectangle of width x centimeter and length x plus 2 centimeters, and the other piece is bent to form a square. Okay, now in this case we want to show that the square has a side length of x negative, that's 7 negative x centimeters. Now the second question, given that the total of the area enclosed by both the rectangle and the square is 31 square centimeters, form an equation for x and solve it to find the value of x. Okay, so this is now what we need to do in this case. Now let's see how we can write this using what? A mathematical statement. That's to convert it into mathematical statement. So we have to do that now. Okay, now let's say we have, this is the wire piece. Okay, the length of the wire piece is 32. Okay, the length of the wire piece, that means the wire piece that is used to form a rectangle and a square. Okay, the length, its length is 32 centimeter. Now one piece is bent to form a rectangle of width x centimeter and length x plus 2 centimeters. So that means that one piece of the wire, after it is cut into two, you understand, is used to form a rectangle, and the rectangle used up, it uses up the length it uses is x plus 2. So let's say this is A, okay, and then this is what? This is B. Let's say this is B. Okay, so the other piece, okay, will now be used to form the square. So this other piece is not given. This other piece is not given. Now, so it means that if the rectangle uses up x plus 2, that means the length and the width, the length is x plus 2, the width is what? X. Okay, now the other length, okay, is now used to form a square, and a square has its side length, all its side length to be equal. So what we're going to do now is, now we know that the perimeter, because the total length of the wire, which is 32, so we know that the perimeter, now let me write this first. Now one piece, okay, one piece is used to form a rectangle whose length is x plus 2 and width is x centimeters. Now the perimeter of the rectangle, okay, just like we can just say the perimeter of the rectangle, which is P, equals to 2 into length plus width. Now we know that the length is x plus 2 centimeters and the width is what? X centimeters. So what we need to do in this case is that now we are going to use perimeter. We can also use, yes, we are going to use perimeter, okay, now to solve this problem. So now we have L equals to x plus 2 centimeters, W equals to x centimeters. Now the other piece is y. So that means that now the perimeter of the rectangle will be 2 into x plus 2. Okay, x plus 2 is the length and x is the what? Is the width. So when we combine this is going to be 2 into x plus 2. Okay, and this will be 2 into 2x plus 2. Now we know that the perimeter of square will be what? 4 multiplied by the side length of a square. So it will be 4 multiplied by y. That's the perimeter of square. So which means that the length of the wire piece will now be the what? The total, which is the total length of the what? Of the two pieces of wire. One is AB, which represent that's the piece of wire which is used to form a rectangle. Now the other one is the one which is BC, okay, which is that used to form a square. So we are going to have the total perimeter to be perimeter of square, okay, plus the perimeter of rectangle, Now don't forget that we want to show why the square has a side length of 7 negative x, and that's why I use y in this case. Okay, I use a different letter. Now let's find out. So now we are given the length of the wire piece to be 32. So the length of the square, which is the perimeter of the square, is 4y. Now the perimeter of the rectangle is, now let me distribute 2 in this case. So this will be 4x plus 4. 4x plus 4. So now let's combine like terms. So I'm going to write 32 negative 4 equals to 4y plus 4x. Now this will be 32 minus 4. That's going to be 28. All right. So we're going to have 28 equals to 4x plus 4y. Remember, we want to find the length of, that's one piece is used to form a rectangle. So which means the other piece is used to form what? A square. Remember, y represents the length, the side lengths of square. Okay, it represents side length of square. So I'm going to move this guy to the other side. So we have 28 negative 4x equals to 4y. Okay, 28 minus 4x equals to 4y. Now we can divide 4, by both sides, because 4 is a factor of 28 and also 4 is a factor of itself. So let's divide. Okay, divide both sides by 4. So this will be 28 minus 4x divided by 4 equals to 4y divided by 4. So that in this case we are going to have y to be equals to, now 28 divided by 4, that will be 7. Okay, 4x divided by 4, that will be negative x. So therefore we have the what? The side length of square. The side length of square is equals to 7 minus x centimeters, and we just prove this guy here. So that's the first question. All right. Now the second question reads, given that the total of the area enclosed by both the rectangle and the square is 31 square centimeters, form an equation for x and solve it to find the value of x. Now, so which means area of square would be, area of square will be square of 7 minus x. Okay, because length times length, we multiply that's the side length to be multiplied by itself, and that will give us the area of square. Now area of rectangle, okay, area of rectangle will then be the width or the length, okay, the length multiplied by the width. So we are going to add these two together, because we are given here that the total of the area enclosed by both the rectangle and the square is 31. So which means the total area, okay, is equals to area of square plus area of rectangle. Okay, and we have that the total area is 31. Okay, the total area, okay, we have the total area to be 31 square centimeters. 31 square centimeters, that's the total area. Okay, so we have 31, which is what we are given here, 31. Now area of square, which is 7 minus x squared. Now we have x into x plus 2, so that this will be 31 equals to, now let's expand the square of 7 minus x, so this will be 49, okay, negative 14x plus x squared. X times x squared. So when we distribute x in this case, then plus x times 2, that will be 2x. That will be 2x. Okay, now let's form a quadratic equation. It's already a quadratic equation, but let's compress the equation. So this will be 2x, okay? We have 2x squared, okay? And this is negative 14x plus 2x. That will be negative 12x. Then I'm going to bring 31. I'm going to move it to the other side so that we can have 49 minus 31 equals to 0. Okay, so that this will be 2x squared, okay, minus 12x plus, now 49 minus 31, that's going to be 18. Yeah, that'll be 18. Okay, now that'll be 18. So now we can divide this equation by 2. Let's divide this equation by 2. So dividing this equation by 2, this will reduce to x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals to 0. So now we've been able to reduce the equation, okay, to the simplest form. All right, so we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals to 0. Remember, we are given here that we should form an equation for x. So this is the equation, and then solve for x. Now let's solve. Let's solve that solution. Now solution for this will be x squared. Now factors of 9, that's 3 times 3, okay? And we know that negative 3 times negative 3 will be 9. That will be positive 9. Negative 3x minus negative 3x, that will be negative 6x. So this will be negative 3x minus negative 3x plus 9 equals to 0. So we can use factorization method. So this will be x into x minus 3, negative 3 into x minus 3 equals to 0. So we have x minus 3 equals to 0. So using the zero product identity, so we know that when we set x minus 3 equals to 0, okay, or x minus 3, so we're going to have x to be equals to, so we have x equals to 3 twice, okay? So which means the value of x is 3 what? Centimeters. The value of x is 3 because we are asked to solve for the value of what? Of x, not the side length of the square, but just to calculate, as in to find out the value of letter x. And that is the solution. That's the answer to the question. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Bye-bye.